Hello, everybody. Martika here with Martika J Makes and a praise report for you all. So, you know that the month of November is Diabetes Awareness Month, National Diabetes Awareness Month. And we are sewing blue. Let's take a look at the details so that you guys can jot them down just in case you missed them. So in the middle of all of this sewing blue, last week I had my 6-month checkup with my endocrinologist. So recap from the beginning of my story. Went into the hospital. The details are in the video from my testimony. Came out of the hospital, had ketoacidosis and was diagnosed later with type 2 diabetes because they were not sure if I was type 2 or type 1 and had never been diagnosed. But it did end up being type 2. However, I left there on cholesterol medication. I left there on insulin. And I left there on metformin, okay? So my life literally changed overnight, okay? A few months later, I was able to come completely off of insulin. Actually, to be honest with you, it was about in a 4-week time span, 4 to 5 weeks, if I can remember correctly, I came off of insulin. Yes, I did. And then it was just the metformin. However, you guys, I was on the maximum amount allowed daily, which is 2,000 milligrams. So every 3 months, I went to my endocrinologist. You know, we were looking at it. The metformin it did not affect me in any way. I was doing just fine with it. But of course, me not wanting to be on medication, you know, and looking at my numbers, which was really good throughout time, we were able to lessen it down to 1,500 milligrams a day. Okay, so I went from taking 4 a day to taking 3 a day. All right. So the next 3 months go by and we were able to lessen it some more because of my numbers taking the 1,500 to 1,000 milligrams a day. All right. So it was really, really feeling good. So that was when my endocrinologist decided, you know what? I don't need to see you every 3 months because we are literally running out of stuff to talk about. You're doing so good. You are controlling the diabetes with your diet. And that is what I was controlling the diabetes with. It was the metformin that was helping to control the amount of sugar that my liver was producing. Okay, so that's what the metformin was for, not for diabetes control itself. So I said, all right, we can see each other every 6 months. So when I saw her for the first time in 6 months, I was like, can we come off of some more metformin? And, you know, she told me, she said, you're doing so good. I'm almost scared to change anything because you were such a special case, a dramatic case that just happened to almost to the end of me. Okay. That happened so fast. She said, I don't want to just take you off of it because I want to know that we do have some control there. However, we can go ahead and narrow it down to 5. 1 metformin a day. All right. So at this point, I've gone from 2,000 milligrams to 500 milligrams a day. Okay. And so for the past 6 months, I have been taking the 500 milligrams. And so, you know, and I'm fine with metformin, still has not bothered me. Okay. It did not affect me even up until this point. So last week when I saw my endocrinologist, you guys, we were talking. She said, your numbers are still amazing, which lets me know that you are still controlling the diabetes with your diet. The metformin is doing its job of controlling the sugar that your liver's producing, and it's basically, helping to stabilize everything. And I said, okay. She said, I want to keep you just on that one. And she looked at me. She said, I don't like to, take my patients off of everything at once too fast, because people, we as humans, it's like it reminds you that there is an issue. And she said, she looked at me, she said, so don't try it, because she knew what I was already thinking. And so I said, okay. I said, however, at what point do we say that I have reversed diabetes, type 2 diabetes? And she said, well, that is at least 6 months without medication. And it's being controlled with diet. And I'm looking at her, and she stopped herself and she looked at me and she goes, you're going to make me do this, aren't you? I said, you know what? We have come to the conclusion that I am disciplined. I am very disciplined in my diet. That hospital stay, it woke up something in me, and that something says, I don't want to do that no more. All right. So, as far as my diet, I am still, very strict with what I do. I am very strict with when I have dessert, what I have, for dessert. Every now and then I'll have what I call a trash meal, like something like, pizza, or something like that, a coney here and there. Maybe a burger, but I don't really do a whole lot of burgers anymore. I'm very particular, and they're usually done at home, which is where most of my food is done at. And I have my whole wheat buns. I'm just very particular about what I put in my mouth, because I don't want to go back there again. So we came down to it. She said, you know what? You are disciplined. I'm okay with you coming off of metformin. Woo, you guys. It is not just me, okay? It is the God in me, okay, that gave me the strength, the willpower, the direction, and the discipline to do this, all right? Because I'm human, just like anybody else. There are things that we crave. There are things that I see on a commercial that I know I used to enjoy, that I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be so good. But I think about where I come from, and I know I don't want to go there again. So I don't do it. Is it worth it? That's what I ask myself. So if you are struggling with this diabetic journey, or if you have a loved one that is struggling with this diabetic journey, I can say that I can honestly say I know where you are. I know where you are. I know how bad the cravings can be. But you have to ask yourself, is it worth it? Is the consequence of eating that, or eating one more of that, is it worth it? The consequence that I'm going to have to pay. Is it worth it? Is the taste of that worth what I'm going to have to pay? Is spiking my blood sugar so high, is it worth the consequence? Okay. Not only that, but as we know, having diabetes also leads to a bigger risk of heart disease, just all types of things. And when you're not taking care of yourself, that's where you see people with amputations and things like that. You guys, I ain't going there. Okay. If I need to get off my butt and work out for 20 minutes, for 15 minutes, for 30 minutes a day to keep this heart thing right here in check, that's what I'm going to do. Okay? Because I'm loving me. I'm taking care of this one temple that I have been gifted with. And it is a gift. Okay? And that's what I'm doing. It's not in so much how you feel. I don't feel like working out half the time, but I know that it's good for me. And you know what? When I do it, I feel so much better after I'm done. Now, I'm going to be honest and tell you, there are some days that I don't feel like working out, because I might just feel like relaxing all day, and I may skip that day, but you better believe I'm back on it the next day. Okay, because my heart needs it. My body needs it. I need to keep this weight down. I need to keep a lot of stuff from going out of control. I need all the activity of my limbs. And if you are watching and you've had an amputation due to complications from diabetes, you know what? Appreciate the ones that you have left and take care of you. You guys, I cannot stress that enough. And it really doesn't even, it goes even further than just diabetes. Take care of you. All right. In my house, my family will tell you, I am my priority. Okay. If I'm not okay, this house is not okay, because we have to look out for each other. If I'm not okay, we got a problem because I'm not okay. All right. So the thing is that you have to take control of you. You have to put more into you so that you can put more into everybody else. I see so many people, especially women. I see so many who pour so much into everybody else. By the end of the day, you dog tired to do anything for yourself. You're dog tired to take care of, to wash the makeup off your face. You dog tired to just get in the shower and relax. You dog tired because you got to get stuff done on social media. You have to get this done. You got to do the dishes. You got to do that. Take care of you first while everybody else is just chilling because you done took care of them. But now you're the one stressing out because you got so much to do and you done put so much time into any and everybody else at the job, at the store, at the church, at home. What about you? What about you? If you don't take care of you, that's a problem, because everybody else is not going to be able to get the best of you if you're not taking care of you. Okay? So think about that, you guys. Think about that. Because we have got to get back to those things, all right? Taking time out for ourselves, pampering ourselves, enjoying our hobbies and doing these things. And I don't even know how I ended up here, but we're going to roll with it, all right? Because I guess the Lord just put on my heart to say it, because there's somebody out there, even if it's just one person that needs to hear it, it needs to be said. If you having to work a full-time job, work that job, but you make sure you're taking your breaks, because I see people working full-time jobs talking about, I need the overtime, so I'm not going to take lunch today. What? So you're not going to feed your body? You're not going to take time to prepare a healthy meal to take to lunch so that your body, you can feed your body so that it can heal itself. It can help you, give you the energy that you need to keep going. You're not going to take a mental break and leave out the building, leave out from that environment so that you can regroup and refresh for you, so that you can go back and be the best you that you can be on that job? What kind of mess is that? Don't do that to yourself. Take a walk. Go sit at the table by yourself. Read you a book. Listen to some music and close your eyes for a moment. I don't care if it's 5 minutes. If you have to go to the bathroom to get that moment, get it. Because it is that important. And I'm telling you, for a lot of us, that's where we all find a lot of peace, even at home. Just go into the bathroom and close the door. Don't nobody know what you're doing in there anyway, but they ain't gonna come in there. For the most part, you have kids that don't care. Lock the door. All right. Especially if they're being watched over. Lock the door so that you can have that time for yourself. I don't care if you're sitting on the counter and reading a book. Do that. Find that time for you, because it is findable. So blue. Get your blue fabric, or your mostly blue fabric. Get to sewing something, okay? Take that time for you, if for nothing else. Hey, take it for me. Let's celebrate. No more medication, y'all. I am free. I am handling this thing with my diet. I'm looking forward to coming back in 6 months and telling y'all that I have reversed type 2 diabetes. We're going to do this thing. So thanks for watching. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you have not. And I will see you in the next video. Have a great one, you guys. Bye-bye.